heading north. But the funny thing about this is that on the map, this road appears as tar. Well, it's got some tar. You cannot deny that. But calling this a tar road, is kind of funny. I must have been between 15 and 20 countries in Africa already, and I am positive when I say that the roads in Zimbabwe are the worst in Africa, at least the Africa that I know, by far. The roads are terrible. And the worst thing is that they looked like they were good roads I don't know how long ago. But all those roads, the maintenance has been forgotten forever. These roads, probably nobody did anything for them in 20, 30, 40 years, I don't know. Terrible. That was a Mashona homestead, and the huts are slightly different. Colors are different. Yeah, they are darker, and probably the material they used to build them is also different. This part is rather monotonous. It's a Miombo forest with no farms at all. Nothing is grown here. No crops, nothing at all. Just scattered homesteads and a few small towns, and that's it. The only remarkable thing here is the awful condition of this road. It is terrible. The landscape is changing, and now it's rolling hills, and it's a bit more interesting than before. You can also see the homesteads are closer to each other. It's like there are more people living in this area. It's very unfortunate, but one of the guys that I took this morning, because they were asking for a ride on the road, and he told me he needed to get home to see his children, whatever. He stole my GoPro batteries, charger, and my 2 extra batteries. So I don't know, you do a favor to someone and then they take advantage of you. I don't understand people. Guruve. This is Guruve, and it's a small town, but the more I drive on this area, the more people I see. And I thought that this region here in Mashonaland West would be like the Mashonaland East, but this is different. It is a different landscape, and I see a lot looks like a regular log, you know? But it's a fossil log. It is stone. And there's a whole forest. See all this. That's a fossil forest. Those blue and gray clothes hanged on the trees are exactly the same as those that I found when I was in Serengeti, and those are for tsetse flies, so probably this is a tsetse fly territory. I'm on my way to see one of those ethnic groups or tribes less known in Zimbabwe. They live in the Zambezi Valley near the border with Zambia. This is an ethnic group which used to be hunters and gatherers, and I suspect that they are not hunters and gatherers anymore. They live in an area which is surrounded by conservation areas, safari areas, national parks, so I think they will not be able to hunt anymore. It's been very difficult to find them. There's very little information about them, and the road to get there is not good at all. Moreover, you need to ask for permits, and you just cannot try to show up and visit their village, because for some reason they are somehow a protected ethnic group. I think protected is the word that I heard. But anyway, and you need to get a permit from the council, and you need to get a permit from the chief. The land where they live has a chief, which is probably must be like the modern version of the king of that area. You must pay for some taxes, and you must pay for an escort to come with you. And well, I did all that, and now I'm on my way to see them. Hopefully I will find them, and I can show you how is their current life. So I'm getting closer to the Zambezi River, and it's right there, the mighty Zambezi, and on the other side those mountains belong to Zambia already. So the Zambezi is the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, and you can see Zambia for the very first time. This road in front of us, it'll take you to Mozambique, which is right there. It's less than 100 meters from here. Historically, the Doma people lived in the mountains, following a nomadic lifestyle of hunting, fishing, trapping, honey hunting, and gathering wild fruits and roots. Before the arrival of the Europeans, the Domas refused the incorporation into the Shonas, which resulted in little access to fertile land. Land reform after Zimbabwe's independence did not change this, despite pressure from the government. Finally, the mountain homeland of the Doma has now become the Chiwore Safari area. In recent years, the Dome have been threatened by game rangers due to a crackdown on poaching. Many abandoned their hunter-gatherer lifestyle and moved to the lowlands. However, they have little contact with the rest of the ethnic groups around them.
They used to put their crops after harvesting.
To dry
inside
it.
there.
To dry it.
Yes.
So here's where you keep the water and all your utensils. But these are very different.
You can come here.
These type of houses are very different. Yeah, it's up there. Why the houses are different? Why they don't use the regular huts like all the other people?
One is meant is they guard animals to their farms.
Okay.
That's where they live.
Okay, so they use this type of hut to
yes.
guard the animals. Why these ones are different? Can't you be in a regular hut and guard the animals? This one is like elevated.
Yes.
What's the reason for that?
That one, when you sleep there, you will be alert rather than that one.
Okay.
Yes.
Definitely this is not a regular house. It's just to spend the night,
Yes,
right?
to spend the night.
Okay.
There is a fire inside.
The fire is burning, huh?
Yes, it's burning.
So they keep it burning all the time.
Yes, all the time because they will not have access to matches.
They have to do it by hand. Hello, how are you? Lynette
Lynette,
looks like her mother. So what animals do you have here?
elephants and the buffaloes.
Those are the animals coming here and they come to the village.
Yes, they feed on the remains of plants.
Uh-huh.
As you can see, the likes of bananas,
Yeah.
the remains of maize, grains.
The person that stays there, what he's doing is watching for elephants or for buffaloes, for wild animals not to come. So what do they do if the elephants are coming or the buffaloes are coming?
What they did is they set fire. So once they see that light, they run away these animals.
Oh, okay.
They grow maize, sorghum.
Are you part of the family too?
We are going to shout Moriso.
How are you? I am Giuseppe. Nice to meet you. Take a seat.
This is an inherited land, so they don't want to miss it.
Ah, okay. Okay. So how many families are living around here? 8 villages.
Villages.
Like this one.
Yes.
They used to be hunters. Are they still hunting?
Right now, long back, they used to hunt and migrate from one area to another. But nowadays, they are no longer hunting.
You don't hunt anymore. Why not?
Because of this. It's because of ant poaching.
Brenda, you're guilty of this.
She is prohibiting them.
It's not that they don't want to hunt, it's that they can't hunt.
Poaching.
It's poaching.
Yes.
It's poaching. How did they used to hunt before?
This generation never used the bow and arrow.
Never.
They made use what? Snares.
Snares.
Yes. But before them,
They
those
used
other ones, they
bow
used
and
what?
arrows.
Bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow.
Yes.
Finally, the whole village is coming, huh?
It's coming.
Yeah. Hello. These guys, how they occupy their day?
They do not have permanent jobs. So I simply say their jobs, they just grow crops for food consumption here.
Wait, who is this person? Well, that was one of the requirements to visit the Doma people. The government of Zimbabwe didn't like me to be alone with them. For some reason, they think that they shouldn't talk to strangers, and you wonder what can be so dangerous, especially when you meet them and you realize that they have been stripped of everything and they live in the most absolute misery. He kept recording what I was asking and especially what the Doma people were saying. We got more people there. Now the girls came.
Yes.
Hello, how are you? Hello, ladies. How are you? They're young. They're very young and they already have kids. What age do they start having kids?
14, 15.
Nice to meet you. I am Giuseppe. Nice to meet you. They are so serious.
They are not used.
They are not used to people from outside.
They are afraid.
Yeah. Macho matani, mama.
You see, they respond.
Ah. Who builds those houses for them? Do they build them themselves or somebody else do it for them?
They build for themselves.
Many faces are similar. It looks like all of them are the same family. Huh? What I'm asking is, they don't marry people from other tribes. They only marry Doma people.
Yes.
Why?
These people, they are also afraid to visit there.
Can you ask them what's threatening to them?
They believe that when they engage with the other tribes, they fear outbreak of diseases.
If you are only marrying people from your local people, at the end of the day, you end up with somebody very close related to you.
That's their culture. Even if you ask them, you see that they are related.
Yeah.
Very close. It's not a problem and it's not a taboo to them.
Okay.
That's what really is happening here.
Yeah.
Yes, their marriage is taking place for the closest relationship.
Closest, which is what?
A brother can take a cousin.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because all of them have the same face. Not all of them, but most of them.
most of them.
With the practice of not marrying outside the tribe, inbreeding is a serious problem. Their gene pool is small, and that can be a cause of genetic issues and diseases. One of those problems is ectrodactyly, a condition that some Doma members have, in which the middle 3 toes are absent and the 2 outer ones are turned in, resulting in the tribe being known as the two-toed or ostrich-footed tribe. I read that Doma people probably showed their feet, but that was not apparent to me. It's not as common as it may seem, and I only saw one young man with it. He stayed at the back of the group all the time, trying to hide his feet under some cloth, as if he was ashamed of having that condition. He looked certainly uncomfortable every time I pointed my camera in his direction, and I didn't want to make him feel bad about it. That's why you will not see any image of him or his feet.
Do they still gather like fruits and berries and roots?
These are the very good example. Now
They took it from somewhere there.
Masao.
So
They are just very
that's wild fruit, huh? Oh, thank you. My tabasa. What's that?
What have you brought for them?
What do they want? I can give them some food if they want.
Anzi, what about man?
Right.
He's saying some of them at this age passed away. Right now, all of those who are living here didn't live in the forest.
So all of them were born here.
Yes.
This is the only life they know.
Yes.
So after their generation, nobody else will remember the way to live in the forest.
No longer exists.
Is he sad for that?
Anzi muchini makabatikana pane izvozvo kuti apachisina vakugara musango.
He is
Also very sad about it.
very sad. Yeah, I understand.